ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful Wednesday over here. It is August 23rd. Toronto is sadly gloomy a little bit. It's a little bit sunny today, or not sunny. It's a little bit rainy today. Weather's not the best. But, you know, no complaints. Our trading's been decent. We had all wins across the board today on our options. First options dub day today on our whatever options we were trading on. So that was fun. But we did not get a couple of the moves that we really wanted, that we were so excited for last night. We'll dive deeper into a couple of those moves. Obviously, today is very, very important of an earnings catalyst day for the week. We got NVIDIA coming out, the stock that's been carrying the rest of the QQQ basket on its back is going to see if is going to dictate if the market is going to break today or continue being rescued by that stock, one stock alone, and it is NVIDIA. So we'll watch out how that one moves around. We also have a couple other stocks that are announcing earnings along with Autodesk, Splunk. I do know that Splunk has some sort of an AI component in there from the last time I googled them on the last earnings report, but I'm excited to see how those numbers come out. I think Autodesk is actually supposed to come out at 4 o'clock, and it is indeed moving. So why don't we dive into all these movements for the after hours over here, which are coming in from the earnings report. So ADSK, really quick, gonna give a shout out to Benzinga. Just today, we got approved for a Benzinga Pro account. We're gonna put it on our vertical monitor over here. That way we have you know, numbers as soon as they come out for earnings report. We'll see them being highlighted right away. And I see NTAP, which is supposed to be announcing earnings, is coming out with a move right now. Looks like to the downside in the after hours, selling off. Why is that happening? Selling off in the after hours over here. Their numbers are coming out. There comes the Autodesk numbers in Benzinga Pro. Looks like EPS 1.91 beat compared to 1.72 estimate. Sales at 1.34 beat compared to 1.32 estimate. Shout out to your boy Benzinga. Shout out to your boy Money Mitch, getting us the info right off the bat when we need it, instead of having to wait for earnings, you know, to come out through earnings to come out through TradingView over here. So now you know, we are getting hooked up on the right tools and the right things to use. Come on, options.ai, I just need you to work at the moment. You've been saying calculating expected moves for an hour, but you're not really giving me the answers. We'll come back to that one, but right now, monster move, 10% to the upside on Autodesk. For anyone who doesn't know what Autodesk is, they create software that helps contractors and home builders make and design homes. Basically, they might have more software behind it too, but I've used Autodesk for that specific purposes, you know, creating floor plans, creating construction plans and so on. Not that I've worked in that business, I've done it for high school and for university. It was fun. Over here, you know, monster pop up right back into previous ranges around 230, 225 area. Looking to see if we can go back through those areas and, you know, punch through those levels at the moment. Monster pump in coming in on the after hour session. There you go, 234, 235 area, showing us a little bit of rejection. Waiting for options AI to give me a number. Come on, options AI. At least we have the number for NVIDIA. For those of you who are interested, NVIDIA's numbers are looking at to be somewhere around... No! Don't disappear on us. Is Options AI crashing on us today? Come on, Options AI. Anyone remember what the number was? It was like 870, and I think it said on the higher end, there we go, on the higher end of $510 could be possibility for NVIDIA today, and they're expecting 432 to the downside on NVIDIA coming in from the options expected move. So let's watch out for those numbers. Obviously, that comes out at 4:20 Eastern Standard Time. We got AVNW coming out with earnings also. EPS B and revenue B all on the stock. What is even this position? No volume, no clue what the heck this company even is, but the earnings are here for AVNW for anyone interested, but nothing's really happening for this position at the moment. couple stocks that we were interested to really get some options longs on, and we were like looking for like a 5% pop on pop on the position, was Macy's. Macy's, looked like it wanted to go to the higher end of the ranges in the after hours, but sold off in pre-market itself, and off the open not able to get above the pre-market lows. Really struggling all day. At least the $12 area held, I guess. That's not really the previous all-time low. We're now making a new all-time low with that move today, going much further, but looking for somewhat of a retracement back over here, back to the north side. Macy's, an old school retail company. I think Macy's could see a lot of damages through like inventory and maybe thefts too, and so on. And probably could take a hit through that, but from what I've seen, Macy's has come out victorious multiple times in the market. Don't know how. Were they at one point at fear of bankruptcy, if I remember correctly? So somehow they just keep coming out victorious again and again. So I would maybe not bet on Macy's over here. NVDA going to ale or break. NVIDIA PPTON sellers in 10. I have no clue what the hell you're saying, TH. What the hell with what was that statement, bro? What was that statement, bro? But monster move on the market today. Yeah, back in 2012, M was about to die. Yeah, blind is correcting, or not correcting, at least telling me that I am accurate on that idea that at one point Macy's was about to literally go bankrupt. Hey, look at that hold on that. Bang, let's hit that pressure Domus. All right, because it changed. Let's hit that pressure Domus. Why is that not playing? Oh, that's why. There, now it's playing. Pressure Domus animation. It was completely off the screen for some reason. Don't know why. Pinged the bottom of the move over here yesterday, I guess, on Bitcoin. Bitcoin now moving right back up to the north side, thankfully, showing us that buyers are willing to step up again, so somewhere around these areas, which is good to see, but still nowhere close to 30k on Bitcoin, so that's a sad part. SNOW coming out with earnings report right now. Q2 diluted adjusted earnings per share coming in at 0.22. Estimates was 0.10. So clearly a beat on earnings per share. Now we're looking at Snow revenue to come out. Let's see whatever their revenue comes out. Revenue is also a beat. So yeah, beat on revenue, beat on EPS for Snow. But right now heading to the downside. Not sure if there is a little bit of miss on the guidance for the next future report over here. But Snow originally popped up, I guess. Now pushing back to the downside. But looks like so far the numbers on the quarter were beat compared to the estimates. SPLK also coming out with earnings report and moving up to the north side over here. SPLK Splunk, which is like I said, if I remember correctly, owns a company that has some sort of an AI component in it. Trying to see if the company's name is in there. No, it's not in here. But when I did the research on that other company, they actually are owned by this company. Here we go. Monster moved to the north side on SPLNK. They're at $100 now. Damn, the last time I remember these guys are around these areas. So a monster move coming in on SPLK. 8% move currently, right back into the 52-week highs, I guess. Is that the 52-week highs? Yeah, right back into 52-week highs over here on SPLK. Pretty solid area to probably watch out for as to how the stock behaves in these ranges. Do we get a breakout of these ranges to the north side? Do we get a pullback right back to the south side of around 102? Get some supports over there. The 100 period EMA and the 50 period EMA currently around $100 or so. So monster break from where the stock was currently trading at, and the trend for the stock is obviously obviously to the upside, as the 100-period EMA is below the 50-period EMA. So looking for that trend to be now continued with the help of this earnings catalyst, as it did look like we were going to get that crossover incoming very, very soon on SPLK. But Snow at the moment really hurting to the downside apparently, because man, not helping themselves on the earnings report somehow, even though the numbers were good. Waiting to see if anything else comes out on SNOW. Maybe if I just click on this report. Beats analyst consensus so far. Okay, it's a 2100% increase over earnings of 0.01 per share from the same period last year. Company reported quarterly sales of 674 million, which beat the analyst estimates of 662 million by 1.78%. That's a 35% increase over sales of 497 million in the same period last year. All numbers are looking good. So why is Snow currently selling off is a very important question at the moment, I guess, right? Because earnings numbers are obviously very bullish over here. I'm wondering now if something has to do with their guidance over here on SNOW. So be a little careful if you're purely just trading off of the earnings for this bad boy. Prad, are the NVIDIA numbers on Benzinga? No, not yet, my friend. No, not yet. We will could be seeing them in a bit. They're not gonna come out till 420 because NVIDIA CEO, if you guys have not seen it yet, where is it? Oh, this is my new thumbnail. This is not my new thumbnail. This is my new Twitter profile picture. You guys see it? Bradley Cooper from Hangover, right? Bradley Cooper. I like that one. Put a lot of work into that one. But this thumbnail, ew, not this one. Why is that there? This one. This thumbnail over here, legendary, right? Do you know who this is, guys? That's the CEO of NVIDIA. CEO of NVIDIA, aka Bradley. I don't even know what his name is. What is NVIDIA CEO? Jensen Huang. So Pradsen Huang coming in with the NVIDIA report at 420 because we like to be lit. So we'll see what time that report comes out. Obviously, we know what time it comes out, 420. So we'll have to wait a couple more minutes over here. 8 more minutes to be specific on that earnings report. In that meantime, why don't we head over to what other stocks do we have for earnings report? ADSK, Snow, Gas doesn't really bring in that much volume, but we can take a look at it today. Abercrombie and Finch absolutely ripped up to the north side. I believe was a 20% pop on ANF today. Let's actually go to ANF instead. Yeah, look at that monster dislocation off of our earnings report early morning coming out on ANF. Is that a new all-time high? No, but a new 52-week high, and a pretty. It's a new monthly candles high, which is pretty significant if you think about it. Each candle is a month's worth of information, and the earnings catalyst took the stock all the way through. What was this? December 2021 highs or November 2021 highs. So pretty monster level break coming in on ANF off the earnings report today. Could possibly see a pullback to that level and look for supports coming in, or a breakthrough back to that level and pull back a little bit more to the south side to find some supports coming in at 44, 46, 45 areas. But yeah, ANF monster move. So guess could possibly, if it comes out with a good enough of an earnings report, it's a little bit more expensive brand. It has a little bit more following than ANF, I would think so. So maybe their numbers do come out good, but we've seen what Macy's numbers come out bad, Target numbers come out bad. What was the other one? Dick's Sporting Goods numbers come out bad. So I'll be a little careful if I'm just rolling the dice on predicting the future over here. But their numbers are gonna come out in a minute or so. Waiting to see what Benzinga Pro. Shout out to once again Benzinga Pro. Their interface is actually hella clean, and I like the fact that I have my second monitor over here. Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors: my gaming monitor, my TV over here when I'm sitting back and watching movies. My second YouTube monitor, and then I have my vertical monitor, my Discord monitor, where it's a vertical monitor. But putting this up here on the vertical monitor is sick, because then I can really see a big list of stocks. You can even put on scanners, like look at watch lists and so on. So it's a pretty cool interface. I'm very thankful to Benzinga Pro over there. Obviously, if you guys click on the link below and sign up for that trial, or even actually end up purchasing Benzinga Pro, it supports your boy Pratty Daddy over here. And hey, look at that. Guess we were just talking about possibly not missing just based on how ANF went, and looks like that might be the case. Benzinga Pro waiting for the numbers to come out on that website, but over here, guess making that move to the north side, and you don't have to guess if it's going to break any of these levels, because here comes very soon that 22 area coming incoming very, very soon. 2150, 22 for GES. Monster break to the north side off the earnings report. A little bit of a volume spike too. 14% move. Let's go to Autodesk real quick. Autodesk over here still at 217. Not really able to push too much further. Where we did get an 8-9% pop on that one, but at the moment it's holding up at 6. Lewis is the go. You're talking about Lewis Hamilton? Hell yeah, baby. Pratt, are the NVIDIA numbers out yet? No, I don't see them yet. We'll see them in about 4 minutes or so. Where are all the Lewis Hamilton posters? I don't have a Lewis Hamilton poster. I'm a big fan of Lewis Hamilton. Trust me, I just never purchased anything of Formula One ever. My first ever Formula One purchase is actually hung up right there. It's a Formula One car. It's a Formula One Lego car. Here, give me a second. Looks like this. And yeah, that's my first ever thing. And then I got, rest in peace to the homie Playmaker 88, who gifted me a Mercedes fleece. I guess it's fleece pullover, which I love a lot. Obviously, can't wear it right now. It's summer. It's hot. But in winter, you'll see me wearing it almost every single day. And those are my two favorite teams, Mercedes and McLaren. Eventually, if there's a Porsche team, I'll be a big Porsche or Porsche, whatever you want to say it, fan. We'll see whenever that comes out. Let's get back to the market here. Autodesk is holding up in the higher end of the ranges, but I want to see those 225 areas coming into play. So come on, let's put those moves into the north side. Unifi coming out with the earnings report. UFI dropping to the downside. What do these guys even do? Very low volume on the intraday, so maybe not even worth it taking a look at these guys at the moment. So why don't we quickly head over to a different stock while we wait for our friends over at NVIDIA to come out with their numbers. Let's go to DKS. We were talking about a possible extension to the downside on DKS after the move it had yesterday, and we were accurate on that idea. DKS actually opens up lower in the pre-market, pushes much lower. We see a test of almost 105, 106 coming into play, bounces off the 106, and then we push back into yesterday's lows. Basically, I would see maybe a continuation of this play going on forward. Basically, that idea of what's happened with Upstart and what happened with Roblox after that big sell-off, they just keep on rejecting these areas over here. So looking the same idea to play out on our friend over here on DKS. A little bit more pullback. Roblox has been continued to go right back to that 52-week low like we expected it to. Did not. Well, we'll be honest first. Let's be honest, because that's the only way to grow in this business. At first, we were looking for this goddamn bounce for $30 so much, and we actually lost a bunch of options trades on it. But here comes eventually the puts working, pushing all the way to the downside. Cashed out on most of it already, but we nailed the idea that, hey, if this level is not gonna hold, we're just gonna flip the trade. Simple idea over there. Flip the trade. 52-week low coming in. Roblox, muito bueno. Thank you for that 52-week low test coming in. And PayPal still paying us at the moment on that 52-week low bounce. Originally burnt us on the break, but then came back in. That Jim Cramer catalyst also coming in. Obviously today the market is Apple up 2%, can't complain. So market going back up today, SPY going back up today. Everything piggybacking off the back of NVIDIA, honestly, is the opinion of everybody on the Twitter sphere, on everybody in the world over there in general. So looking out to see what happens. Here comes the numbers on NVIDIA and AMD. I have this queued up for us already. Just in case NVIDIA starts moving, you'll see AMD starts moving too. A little bit of a sympathy trade incoming. So I queued it up for us. We have a SPY over here. We have QQQ over here. Let me zoom in. All of them set to 5 minutes. And then we are obviously waiting for the numbers to hit the news wires to disseminate said information, and said information to start moving. Here we go. 500 incoming. The NVIDIA's moving. Hold my beer, says NVIDIA to your boy Jedi. Blind Jedi, what did I say? NVIDIA 500 today. 500 today. NVIDIA's absolutely launching right now. Holy smokes. Slam dunk. Okay, a little bit of a pullback. No, don't get back below 500. NVIDIA is going, ladies and gentlemen. The numbers are not out yet, but AMD going along with it. Monster liftoff. The numbers that the options AI was looking for was a high of 510. They were looking for a high of 510. So I think anything above 510 is obviously a bonus move over here. And I think that was a 510 top incoming on that pop right there. Yeah, 508, 510. Instant pullback coming in also right after that. We got a nice little pullback, big sell-off right back to 482s, 480, and then lots of the spread's probably $5-10 itself. I can't see the spread at the moment, but the stock's moving. The numbers are coming. Here comes the numbers. They are positive. NVIDIA reports quarterly sales of 13.51 billion, which beats the analyst consensus estimates of 11.2. Big beat over there, 20% beat. It's 101% increase over sales of 6.7 billion same period last year. Everyone is rushing. Everyone and their mother is rushing to get that NVIDIA graphics cards. I was, before even going live, sitting in a Twitter space call where people were talking about how everyone wants to buy these graphics cards. They want to train their models before anyone else trained their models before them, because they want to be first to the game. So NVIDIA over here just selling off their cards so quickly. As soon as they make it, they're selling off the press. So numbers are coming in hot. 101% increase from same quarter last year. That's a big beat, baby. And this is a $1 trillion company. $1 trillion company looking at monster increases on earnings like that, taking out new all-time highs incoming. We got another number coming over here. NVIDIA reportedly increases 2.70 per share, which would beat analyst consensus of 2.09. So 29% increase on that estimate. 429.41 increase over earnings of per share same period last year. 0.51 EPS. And this quarter, 2.70 EPS. Yo, this stock is launching. So obviously, you see the numbers coming out great. Like I said, everyone and their grandmother is rushing to take a graphics card. AMD is going to join the party over here. It's that simple. AMD, it's a little bit late for the graphics cards, but it's going to join the party, and we are glad being an AMD investor. Tesla's running too, apparently. Not sure why Tesla would be joining the party at the moment, but I guess all of QQQ and all of the market is joining party, right? Look at SPY popping up. Look at QQQ popping up. I'm guessing Apple, I'm guessing Microsoft, anything with AI probably going up along with it over here. So shout out to your boys over here, man, on NVIDIA, holding up that party. 510, do we come in to see a 510 break? Are we actually going to see that at the moment? 519. Oh, we hit 519.95. There we go. 510. Boom. 510 break incoming. And NVIDIA's through the roof. We are now above the options expected high. 511, 512. The stock is unstoppable. Congratulations to all the bulls. I wanted to buy options for NVIDIA, but I'm a broke boy. I can't afford the options for NVIDIA. So, you know, I'm sitting in the sidelines over here. Maybe I could have bought in couple shares of NVDY. Yeah, NVDY. If I bought some couple shares of NVDY, yeah, I could have done that. I could have bought a couple shares of NVDY and rode it up to the north side. That's this quick dollar per share in the money. I could have done that easily. For anyone wondering what NVDY is, shout out to your boy Dan Duwall in the chat. He pointed out this one. It's a ETF options income strategy for NVIDIA. Not sure what that means, but it's basically you're going long on an option strategy that's long on NVIDIA. So you're basically trading options somehow by just being in this position. If you get the idea, shout out to you, because I don't get it. Shout out to Dan Duwall for putting this on my watch list though. I kind of wanted to look for something like TSLL. TSLL is the 1.5 times leverage Tesla ETF. You can trade this and it's a 1.5 leverage instead of you know, just trading Tesla directly. I wanted to look at something like that for NVIDIA in case I you know, get some shares of that one. NVDY, you could have got some shares, but the volume on this position is so illiquid, so I was scared to even, you know, buy a couple shares over here. But shout out to Dan Duwall if he did take that trade. Instantly dollar per share pop coming in on that options contract long for your position on NVDY. And NVIDIA, I called NVIDIA 500, says TH. I said NVIDIA 500 today too, man, and monster move. We're not surprised by this at all. Now 500 holds is what we need to see. We can't have a, you know, a repeat of Zoom coming in on NVIDIA, which I don't think it will, right? Which I honestly don't think it will. But we can't have a repeat of Zoom on NVIDIA where the stock goes above 70, trades all the way near 72, 73. Looks like it wants to hold 70 in the after hours, but doesn't hold 70 in the after hours and goes back down. The same idea kind of applied to NVIDIA. I don't want to see it going back below 500 in the after hours. I want to see NVIDIA holding up above 500. The previous all-time high was only 481, 482. So based on that previous all-time high only being $20 away from 500, I would think that, you know, think about how the market works. Think about how psychology of a trader, how psychology of a buyer, psychology of a seller works, right? Anyone who looks at the information that I just gave out to you, monster beats, 100% beats coming in for $1 trillion company. You would want to be invested in this company before it gets above 1,000, right? Before it starts to make that run to a $2 trillion, $3 trillion, $4 trillion company. If that's the case, and if previous all-time high was 480, you know, I would be willing to risk that $20 over here on NVIDIA really quickly, because they'll move that in a day, right? So 500 over here could easily see a lot of buyers coming in, new investors coming in, new believers coming in, AI monkeys, right? All these kids who love AI these days, everything AI. They're gonna be invested into seeing how this AI plays out, and you know, looking to invest in AI. You're gonna see a lot of millionaires happening just off of this AI wave. So it's a whole new thing that it's very exciting to see where it's gonna go. I want to go back to AMD over here real quick. AMD pulling back below 110. That's fine, but monster pop on AMD too. NVIDIA will take NASDAQ up. The last Monday NVIDIA was 403. Wow, I did not know that. Last Monday NVIDIA was 403. Let's go check that chart out real quick. Let's go put it on the 5-day chart. So NVIDIA last Monday, there we go. This is actually last Friday. We're at 416. But last Monday, right here, I guess. Yeah, last Monday right there, 403 on NVIDIA. And now we're looking at the stock at 515, 500. Insane moves overall, right? Now let's go to the daily chart real quick. And let's zoom out a little bit more. Is that this year? Yeah, okay. Let's put the anchored VWAP from, how do I put it from year to date? Year to date would be, we're in August. Is that somewhere right there? Anchored VWAP for NVIDIA is like at $230. Not happening. This is a little bit skewed, obviously, because there's new points that you need to start anchoring the VWAP from now, and that would be somewhere over here. So if we were to anchor the VWAP from this new dislocation that it had, so let's do that. Now we see a little bit of a better picture. You see buyers building back over here, and now you want to see a whole new picture coming in from the next new price point, which will be the new price dislocation, right? This was the previous AI hype dislocation. We settled down, then the earnings came out, we went to a new all-time high, then we settled down, and then the earnings come out again and we go for another run up, and then we're settling down and we run up again. So we're gonna see one more move, like pretty similar move like this, probably on NVIDIA, coming in and saving the market, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely rallying the market straight to the north side. I mean, the NASDAQ futures must be having a monster rally at the moment, 15,300. This is obviously 15 minutes delayed on the NASDAQ futures for myself, but pretty decent rally incoming on the futures with the help of your friend NVIDIA and AMD. Very, very happy to see, these stocks work for us. Let's go to... do we go to guess? Do we want to go to guess? VNet coming out with earnings report. Not sure we care about that. Wow, guess is now at 2150. Well, it's not at, but hit 2150 to the north side. Looks like those highs did come into play that we were looking at right here, and eventually pulling back, still hanging out at above $20 on GES. Let's see if these levels come into play tomorrow. Possible breakout of these levels to the north side for even more of a run up tomorrow coming in, like A and F. Right? But if these levels show as resistances near 2150, then you can possibly look for shorts off of this area for a nice little ride back to $20, giving us a perfect risk to reward trade, a 10 is to 1, 15 is to 1, depending on the type of trader you are, maybe a 3 is to 1, risk to reward setup over here to the short side on GES, something to maybe put it on your watch list. I would not ignore that one for sure. The next one is SPLK. SPLK originally popped up, and it's still hanging out in the north side. We're looking for, same kind of trade setup. There's going to be a new 52-week high, either a new 52-week high incoming after breaking that 112 area, or a reject of that new 52-week high break and pulling back down. So looking for this 112 area. After it breaks, do we see stops getting run? Do we see bidders stepping up? Do we see sellers coming in? What type of action happens around this 112 area? We're going to be patient for that level to show me the action playing out, and then we position ourselves for either a long or a short, and then we ride it back to the south side on SPLK. So that's another same setup over there, looking for that fade of that 52-week high fail. But if that 52-week high shows you a promising break, you take that break and enjoy it to the long side, SPLK. Also, we're gonna head out to the next earnings play, ADSK, which also had a monster pop. Decent pop, but I don't think we really tested those 220s yet, right? Sorry, 224, 225. Yeah, 220 at the moment is we're holding below 220 at the moment, and this stock very light on volume until later on in the day. Very spready, so probably something I'm not gonna even be having on my radar. Instead, if you want to trade a $500, $400 stock, you're better off trading NVIDIA instead of Autodesk, in my opinion. Snowflake now up on the day after originally selling off. So as we were talking about their earnings previously, their earnings numbers did look bad, Sorry, their earnings number did look good, but they kept selling off, and now they're going back up. So the numbers are looking better for themselves. Oh, monster volume coming in on Snowflake. Oh, baby, here goes Snowflake, now up 6% on the after hours. Here comes the news for it. Snowflake shares fall despite Q2 earnings beat. Revenue jumps 36%. Can I just open this article somewhere? Hey, I can. Dude, Benzinga is dope. Okay. Snowflake said it ended its quarter with 402 customers with 12 product, 1 million revenue, presenting 30% growth year over year. Okay, I'm just seeing good numbers overall. Grew 37% year to year. Q2 product revenue. Is there anything else we're looking for? Free cash flow representing 50% growth year over year. Global data is well positioned to be enable growing interest in AI/machine learning. Enterprises and institutions are alike are increasingly aware that they cannot have an AI strategy without a data strategy. Okay. Third quarter product revenue. Sees third quarter product revenue of 670 million to 675 versus 640 in the second quarter. That's a beat on the estimates. Also, the guidance looks good. Company expects full year product to be between 2.6 billion. I don't know what the estimates are. Management will hold conference call, blah blah blah, at 5 p.m. Ooh, that might be something to watch out for. Watch out for what happens on the conference call. Do we stream all the way up to the conference call and actually listen to the conference call? That's the question. That's the question. NVDA, do they have a conference call? And if they do, when is their conference call? Is something that I'm also interested over there. Oracle run by Mr. Meany, but the stock Z undervalued. ORCL. Let's go check out Oracle. Oracle's currently, oh, nice pop on Oracle. What's going on over here? Why are we popping on ORCL? Maybe if I uncheck any of my news catalysts and close this box, do I see anything on Oracle? I don't really see anything on Oracle at the moment. Maybe if I can just type in the ticker ORCL. Hearing investor business, daily swing, unusual option activity. That was on the 21st. Looking at unusual activity, unusual option activity. That's what I see for the most part. Today it looks like maybe a little bit of a leech off the market. They had a decent earnings report recently. The earnings report's coming out again in 22 days. Popped up to a new all-time high. Everything's looking good so far going into the new earnings report coming in over here. If I put in an anchored VWAP over here, I probably see it around these areas at the moment. So why don't we go test that theory? ORCL. Hey, good job for NVIDIA, still holding above 500 at the moment. Shout out to that one. Let's go to ORCL. Put in an anchored VWAP right over here. Hey, now we're actually seeing a stock on the opposite side where anchored VWAP is showing us resistances instead of support after a stock has, popped. So it looks like whoever is positioning themselves after this original pop has come in, they are probably positioning themselves to the lower side of the anchored VWAP over here. They are selling more than actually accumulating shares, maybe taking more profits than actually getting long, and the trend is obviously to the downside. You're seeing lower lows, lower highs coming in, so that kind of proves the theory. We also closed the gap pretty much. The gap has been closed. Buyers are showing back again at 110 area or so. The 100 period EMA is basically at 110. It's at 108.58, but could just pull it up to this 110 level. With earnings coming up very soon in 22nd of October, I thought Oracle's logo was a little bit more circular than as so wide as it is. It's tripping me out. It's not that wide. I never thought that Oracle's logo was that wide of a circle. Oh, I always remember Oracle's logo being something like this. That just shows you, how old I am when it comes to technology companies. I remember Oracle's logo looking a lot more like that instead of the one that we're seeing right now. That's crazy. But shout out to Oracle. Java. I think it's an Oracle product. Yeah, Oracle Corporation. That's the only thing they really need to keep making money off of this one. I don't even know how. I think it's a free license. How did they make money? I don't know how Oracle makes money, dude. I don't know how half of these companies make money. I honestly don't understand. I just trade the buying and the selling pressure on a level 2 in a time of sales around key levels, and then just apply risk management. That's all trading is for me. Understanding how half of these companies actually make money is the most confusing thing. At least for NVIDIA, we understand they sell an actual product. And I know that product is very useful because I need it for myself to play video games every day. But Oracle, how do you make money? Do you sell Java? I thought Java was free, right? But shout out to them. Fun fact, Meanie Stevie Elson owns his own Hawaiian island. Oh yeah, I thought I saw that YouTube video. Was that the YouTube video? No, it's how does that YouTube video go? Something about Oracle's CEO owning an island in Hawaii and terrorizing the locals or something. I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. I almost clicked it, but I didn't watch it. Let's go look for some other positions over here that we could talk for tomorrow. J&J and Kenvue possibly getting added to the S&P 500 index and deleted from the S&P 500 index and getting rebalanced from the S&P 500 index. So watch out for J&J, watch out for Kenvue, KVUE. Also watch out for a couple other stocks that are, might just randomly pop up over here. I think the rebalance is tomorrow or Friday, if I remember correctly. So watch these positions. They will for sure be bringing in some fun action in the morning, throughout the day. I mean, Kenvue has been bringing in so much volume every single day. It's ridiculous. Like, look at that. 100 million shares almost every single day is what we've been watching on Kenvue so far. It's been a monster opportunities to trade the stock in literally penny ranges all day. If you are able to, take advantage of the liquidity, there's so much opportunities to just push around size in this trade at the moment. So Kenvue bringing in tons of volume. It has a lot of liquidity. So we'll keep watch on these positions tomorrow, J&J and Kenvue. I talked about A and F. I bumped into the goddamn mic. I talked about A and F, so watch out for A and F over here. Popping up into nice ranges, ranges that the stock has not previously been in for a very, very long time. So looking to see how the stock trades in this brand new ranges over here. Looking for a possible pop up to $55 based on where we just put the marker down, or a reject of today's high and pull back somewhere down to $48-50 or so on A and F. But the monster earnings reports on those guys. GES also had monster earnings report, so look out for that trade on 2150. I think A and F could maybe help them out. Williams Sonoma, WSM, also popped up to the north side off the earnings report. We actually put some lines on these guys yesterday for us, and looks like the stock popped past the one line we put down, but we didn't put the line over here, and that's basically where the stock is at the moment, popping right back up to the August 3rd highs. Very recent highs coming right back into play on WSM. The reason why we kind of ignored it after hours yesterday, didn't really talk too much about it, I believe, is because it didn't really make a pop in the after hours yesterday. So let's go see if we're accurate by that. Yeah, like this was the after hour move, there was nothing in there, and this is basically pre-market. So pre-market gave us the whole move. Maybe the stock has earning pre-market, Brad. That makes more sense. Yeah, the pre-market earnings came in and then popped up into a nice little range over here. First little rejection off the previous high that we thought should come into play, 140, and then popping back above 140 later on in the day. Shout out to Williams-Sonoma. I think tomorrow we can see a continuation of this extension to the north side, looking for a breakout of that 142, 143 area and start making a run up towards this 145 or so. But if we see that 122.50 showing us resistance, then a nice little short through that 142.50, run it back to 140, and then a short through 140. You can add through that area if you see selling coming in. Add through that 140 short for a possible ride back down to 160, sorry, not 160, 135s or so right here in this range low to look for some support to come back in on Williams-Sonoma. So watch out for a couple trade ideas over there on WSM. I think those are pretty much all the ideas that I basically had on board. You know, these are not going to be traded. I'm going to remove them from my watch list. Bang, bang. I'm going to leave M up here, move that one out. I'm going to keep watching DKS just because the way it's moving. These ones are earnings. We'll watch this one. Palantir sadly is now going back into just wait and watch zone for me. We're back above 15. Whoa, 16 on Palantir in the after hours. What happened to Palantir over here in the after hours? Kind of getting traction off the NVIDIA move, I guess. Monster pop on NVIDIA in the after hours, taking the rest of the tech sector with it. Palantir Technology CEO Carps sells this many shares for about $6 million. President Cohen sells a lot of insider selling on Palantir apparently, eh? Okay, a lot of insider selling on Palantir, hitting the news wires about 16 hours ago. That's kind of possibly what's been hurting the stock recently. But the little pop, don't say little, monster pop coming in on the after hours over here in the piggyback right of NVIDIA, I'm guessing. So let's keep on watching if NVIDIA can keep helping some of our friends over here, especially Palantir, keep pushing up north. But no real trade idea on them for me. I think we got monster trade ideas across the board, and one of them obviously being NVIDIA. We just got to keep watching how this one plays out. I think that 500 hold is something to keep watching. We are now back into the high day ranges in the after hours over here at 513. So looks like that 500 hold is something for sure. That 500 hold is actually coming into play. What is the low of that level? 500 to be exact. So 500 to be exact is the hold of that area. And now we're seeing a high near 515. A nice little $15 range on NVIDIA to see if we get a breakout of this $15 range high, or do we see a breakdown of this $15 range low to pull back to 480. I honestly will be surprised if we do see a pullback to 480. Is there any big economic calendars coming in tomorrow for the market that could, maybe disrupt our move on NVIDIA? We got core durable goods coming in. Apparently a 3-star number. Initial jobless claims coming in. A 3-star importance. High volatility expected. Catalyst coming in at 8:30. 2 of them basically. And obviously we got Papa Powell talking in Jackson's hole. I don't know who Jackson is, and I don't know why his hole is so important, but obviously Papa Powell talking at this Jackson Hole Symposium, I think that's what it's called, is not a good catalyst, because anytime that old man talks is obviously we're getting hurt on the market. Coming back to Benzinga Pro to see if we're missing any important news or any important movers over here. Looks like not really. NVIDIA stock soars past 500 after chipmaker demolishes Q2 earnings. That we do know. Major cloud services providers announced massive NVIDIA H100 AY infrastructure leading. Oh yeah, look at that. Enterprising announcing partnerships to bring AI to every industry. The race is on to adopt a generative AI, says NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang. Q3 outlook, third quarter, NVIDIA expects revenue of 16 billion plus or minus 2% versus the consensus estimates of 11.57. You guys are nuts. $16 billion for a quarter. The company guided to a non-GAAP, non-GAAP gross margin of 72.5% plus or minus 50 basis points. NVIDIA stock performance has been the best performing, blah, 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 209% so far in the year. Regular session, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, we basically know all the other numbers already. So now the question is, guys, does the stock hold 500 or not? Does the economic calendar coming out tomorrow at 5:30, sorry, not 5:30, at 8:30 help it out? Papa Powell talking at the Jackson Hole Symposium all the way from today going into tomorrow. Whatever time the Jackson Hole Symposium was supposed to be. Where was that today? Why is it not showing up? So watch out for that one. He'll be on at 8 o'clock. And that could move the markets a little bit. Besides that, I don't really think there's anything else to really talk about, unless you guys want to, you know, stay live all the way until the conference call for Snow, which made a monster reversal. Popped right back up to the north side after first selling down, which was, ooh, we thought Snow was selling off for no reason. Earnings reports look good, but Snow eventually rescued themselves, saving themselves, moving back up north, looking for anything else that we might have missed over here. SOXL, J&J, we talked about basically all the top movers, the most active after-hour movers. Guess is the highest gainer. So shout out to Guess over there for the highest gainer. NVDL. Is that? We found it. We found it, but it's expensive. I found you. I found you. I found you beautiful. Exploding. I found you. All right, well, this brings in barely any damn volume, but it might bring in volume tomorrow. TSLL brought in pretty decent volume for the position when Tesla was moving, and I know a lot of traders on the stock floor were actually trading TSLL instead of TSLA because, you know, they're trainees, they needed to manage their shutdown and so on, and trading TSLL was easier for them to take tons of shares and manage their positions instead of having to trade Tesla, which would have shut down immediately for them if they took 50 shares or 100 shares, right? So NVDL is something that maybe they could put on their watch list. Hey, Bubby, put on their watch list and see if this one brings in some volume tomorrow. But that one moved around 10%, obviously on the piggyback ride of 6%, right over here on NVIDIA. Splunk moving up another 10%. What are these ones? Oh yeah, these ones are the inverse ones, I guess. The short side for NVIDIA, they dropped down, obviously, and the bunch of inverse semiconductor ETFs also pushing to the downside. So for the most part, the most active game in the game tomorrow, or most active sector in the game tomorrow, will be your semiconductors and your AIs. And I would urge people to, you know, have a lot of fun with that sector tomorrow. NVIDIA is going to be the monster trades. We're going to watch out what happens. Semis are going to go crazy, says Mr. Rimshaker. Yeah, semis and AI going to go crazy. Stay live, Prad. You the boss. Yeah, man, stream the Snow Call. We really want to stream the Snow Call. All right, let's stream the Snow Call. You know what? Give me a second. I have to go close the door because my dog's downstairs, and we'll be back. All right, if we're streaming the Snow Call, we're gonna have to put on the headphones. We're gonna have to pause this, and let's find the Snow Call. I found you beautiful, found you exploding, I found you. Snow Call supposed to be coming up in like 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Was this the article that told us to find the call. Oh, yeah, it was, but I didn't say where. Might just have to go directly to the website. What do you type? A snowflake. Well, it's not the one, I'm pretty sure. Gotta be like under investor relationships or something, right? Snowflake and NVIDIA join forces. Yeah, who didn't know about that one? Generative AI and large language model school. Yeah, but you can't even code properly because your websites are garbage. Unless it's my internet that's not loading these icons. Investor relationships, where can I find it? Thank you. Where do you find this call? Why do they gotta make it the hardest thing on earth? like this is the hardest thing on earth. Latest presentations, download PDF. I'm not going through the whole goddamn PDF right now. I don't care that much about your business to go through the whole PDF about a cloud computing business, dude. We're not sitting through the call anymore, chat. We tried. We tried. It's not working. Stupid websites always make it so goddamn hard to make it, join a simple call and whatnot. Let's go to the IPO calendar. See if the IPO calendar is busting. It is not busting at the moment at all. It is dead still. I mean, what do you expect? No one wants to IPO in this current environment. I don't blame them. Reddit was going to IPO, but apparently a lot of Reddit's investors and mods came in. A lot of mods came in, and a lot of investors came in. They just stopped the process of wanting to go public, because they said if we go public, a lot of investors' money will come into Reddit, and a lot of shareholders will start trying to monetize Reddit. And the way the Reddit is run right now, they don't want it to get screwed up and messed up. They don't want it to become like how Twitter was before Elon bought Twitter, or how a bunch of these other companies end up becoming after they go public. So that's one of the reasons why Reddit did not become public as they wanted to. And Discord, we knew that Discord was eventually going to get bought out by Microsoft, but that deal fell through, and then they were going to probably look to go public or become a SPAC merger. That deal didn't go through either, so we're still waiting for IPO season to kind of get hot. ARM IPO may be the next hot one. Kenvue was supposed to be kind of hot, but it is picking up right now because they're getting added to the S&P 500 index. So watch out for Kenvue, like we talked about that earlier. Coming over here real quick to the expected the expected interest rate hike probability. The current interest rates are between 5.25 and 5.50, and they're expecting it to be an 88.5% probability of the interest rates being paused at the next meeting, which will be on the 20th September. So still quite a bit of a way, about a month or so. We're 23rd August right now, so about shy of just the 3 days / a month coming in for for the next FOMC meeting. So watch out for going into that date. Obviously, as more data keeps coming out from the economic calendar, we'll probably see these numbers shifting around quite a bit. And obviously, however, your boy Papa Powell talks about the market, and at the Jackson Hole Symposium, we might see the market moving around a little bit based on that. Looks like Adobe might be moving up a little bit too in the after hours over here. ADBE, based on everything, the AI catalyst. Yeah, look at that, ADBE moving a little bit up north. This is going to be the hottest game tomorrow, guys. Your AI stocks, your generative AI stocks. I mean, a lot of the Photoshop skills you're seeing me do right now is actually coming in with the help of there we go. I can actually show you an example. As soon as I hit start, you'll see a lot of Adobe products right out the bat. It's not because it's yeah, maybe it is because it's under ABCD, but these are I use them a lot. Adobe Photoshop Beta, Adobe Photoshop over here, and After Effects. I actually made a new animation today. Let me know if this one's too loud. Was that too loud? Let me know if that one was too loud, chat. But yeah, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. Show your boy Trader Pratt some love, some support. We throw out a bunch of trade ideas, some bunch of calls, and hopefully you had fun watching me for the last hour or so. I have nothing else to cover over here, so I'm probably just gonna go take my doggo for a walk. Little Coco has been, oh, now that I've even said that word, he's gonna come running upstairs and expect me to take him right now. So I'll go do that. I'll go take little Coco for a walk. You guys have a great rest of your day. Good luck tomorrow on the markets. Be very careful with NVIDIA. Keep in mind you can also trade NVDL if it brings in some volume. That's a 1.5 leverage ETF of NVIDIA. So you can also take a look at that one if you're interested in it. And I think the most interesting stocks tomorrow to play will be your AI stocks. Try not to waste your time with a bunch of other useless stocks out there, right? Trade what's moving, trade what's bringing in the money, trade where the volume is, trade what's in play. As the S&B Capital, the only channel other than mine that matters when it comes to stock market, S&B Capital says trade what's in play. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Love you guys. Peace.